Welcome to our Orbitkey Loop Keychain review. Do you have keys? Do you want a cool keychain for them? Well, good for you. That's what Orbitkey does best. We've reviewed a ton of their products and I'm a big fan. So when they sent me their newest key loop, I'm like, I gotta check this thing out and see if it stands up to Orbitkey's other awesome key holders. And if it doesn't, you're gonna wanna stick around to the end of this review, because if this is not the key ring for you, I'll make some alternative recommendations, some from Orbitkey, some not, that might better suit your needs. Okay, let's talk about the gist of the Orbitkey Loop Keychain. I'm not here to overcomplicate this. It's a pretty simple system. You have the leather loop meant for holding, and you have the Orbitkey loop itself meant for holding your keys. The leather is premium LWG-certified leather. Nice little leathery smell to it. Really nice stitching around the edge. Very clean, gives it a nice premium look and feel. The space in the middle, decent, enough space to hold 2-3 fingers, give you a nice secure grip. And the leather is really nice and smooth to the touch. And like all leather, it will age with time and sort of tell the story of your journey. That's why we like leather so much, right? But the real unique selling point of this keychain loop from Orbitkey is the system of popping it in and popping it out. Because let me tell you the one thing that Orbitkey hates. These things. Those old school loop-de-loop, break your fingernail in half key loops, right? You put your key rings on, like we've all seen these, we all have these. They're archaic and they kind of suck, and Orbitkey said, F that. And the Orbitkey system for this is pretty simple. You just sort of twist the loop upside down, pop it, out of place, and voila, magic mother. So therefore, sliding your key on and putting it back into position is so much easier than you. You don't realize how much these suck. And that's the whole thing. It's like, you know, is it the end of the world? Do you have to use one of these old school key rings? No, they work. They work fine. That's why they've been around for what I assume to be 2,000 years. But when you try Orbitkey's system, you just kind of realize, damn, it is better. It's more satisfying, it's easier to use, it's fun. And if that's something that's important to you, then this is a great solution. It does take a minute to sort of get used to like how it pops out. Like you gotta kind of like learn the system. But once you get it, you get it. It's very easy, very fun, very simple, and very satisfying. Now it should be noted the Loop Keychain comes in 4 color versions. Mine is the caramel/gold version, which I think is the classiest of the 4 options, but they also sent me the orange and the cotton candy, which looks as delicious as it sounds. And the color combos of the actual keyring loop and the leather loop will vary depending on what color you get. And for all you see before you, the Orbitkey Loop Keychain runs around $35 USD, but that is with a 2-year warranty and a 30-day return policy. So if you're like, dude, love it, I'm getting one, I'm getting cotton candy, where do I get one? Then we do ask that you make a purchase using the first link in the description. Reason being, that link will make sure that you get the best price, and we also sometimes have discount codes. And that link also helps to support the Nomads Nation YouTube channel, which we greatly appreciate. But let's say you're not quite sold. Let me give you a couple alternative suggestions that might better suit your needs. Alternative recommendation number 1, also by Orbitkey, is their key organizer. This is for you if you're really into the whole leather part, but you don't need the modern clipping, unclipping system. You just want a way to organize your keys and stop the jangle. To learn more about the pros and the cons of the Orbitkey organizer, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. Alternative number 2 is going to be the Bellroy key case. Also for you if you're looking for a leather key holder, but this one's got actually a couple cool features, and it's made with Bellroy's premium leather. To learn more about this guy, take a look at the description below and you'll find a link to our full review. And finally, if you just want to see like, dude, what are all these? What do you got going on here? Then I recommend watching this video, which is a roundup of our 7 favorite key organizers. I break down the pros and the cons of all these, and most of them have their own individual review as well, all of which are linked in the description of the video. Be sure to let me know if you have any questions in the comments below. I personally respond to every single one myself. My name is Aaron. This is Nomads Nation. I will catch you next time.